Sunday morning, everybody. I don't know who's here, who's not, but hello, hello. Let's see if I can get this adjusted a little better. Let's see here. Let's see. Good morning, Miss Kim. How are you? Did you get your dryer ordered? Hi, Patty. Let's see. I'm thinking we're getting this loaded up here. Home. All the issues with the computer, I'm telling you. Today, I'm going to go buy a new computer. I've had it. It's enough. I've had enough. You just keep hoping things are going to limp along, and when they don't, that's just it. Let's see here. Hi, Michelle. I am going to color with this adorable Mermaid Friends set today. And this Mermaid scale stencil, which I haven't used for a while. I'm going to not say resolution because I don't do resolutions, but one of my goals this year is to use things that have been sitting, a combo of new as well as older and loved supplies during the year. So, you went to your mom's? Yeah, I know how that goes for sure, Kimmie. I've been there. Been there. Let's see here. I think I'm almost ready. Sorry for the delay. I wanted to make sure I got everything going here so I could see comments, make sure the orientation was okay. Oh, for gosh sakes, come on. There we go. Let's see. Perfect for Mermaid. That's right, Patty. That's the other thing. I was thinking that that's exactly it. I was thinking Mermaid. I thought that was a good idea to do it that way. So that's what I did. I'm thinking I need to also decorate like a calendar for June maybe with some mermaid stuff. I don't know, it's so hard. Like there's so many fun things to use that I'm gonna have to figure out how to log out. I got myself logged on my iPad at the same time and now I can't figure out how to log out. One of those technology days. Anyway, I'm not sure who else joining us today. So, yay, both items are on sale. Wonderful. I want to show you a couple fun things that I did with this stencil and what we're gonna do with it as well. But first, let me get this done. So this stencil, I just want to talk about this stencil for a really quick sec. Any stencil that's very detailed, that has, small lines, not big open spaces, sometimes it can be a bit tricky to use because if you're a heavy-handed stenciler like I am, you may tend to push too hard and then the pieces bend and flex as you're putting, sounds great, Kim, no problem. As you're putting the ink on the stencil, or if you're using stencil paste, etc., and you're kind of heavy-handed at it, the little pieces will bend. So one of two things is a good idea. I this time put some pixie spray on the back of this so that it will stick to the paper really good. Another option is to make sure that you're using like a gel press mat that holds this down too or tapes it down really good, but sometimes the paper will slide too. So anyway, I've given this a spritz of pixie spray so that it works a little better for me today, especially during the live. I don't want something crazy to happen. And then this is the stamp set that we're using today. I love this stamp set. It's so cute. I'm going to color this one up today. I've used this one before because turtles are my favorite. But look how fun. Hope your day's a splash, roll with the waves. We were made to be friends, fishy kisses and high fin. Oh, I like that. I guess I didn't remember that. Thank you again. So anyway, I want to show you a couple things I did with this. This is the card we're making today, and I was kind of trying to play around with whether or not I wanted to do the same color scheme or maybe do an orange, aqua, purple. So you'll have to let me know what you think. But I colored with really bright colors because bright colors is one of the themes for the May challenge, and so I thought it would be fun to do something really bright. I didn't tack this down because I don't think you can see this, but I sprayed this with some Avery L shimmer spray, clear shimmer spray, and I want to do that on the panel I'm going to create, but it may not dry in time, so I left this one open so that I could plunk this on there when we're done. But if the other one dries in time, that will be fantastic. So that's the card we're making today, but then I also wanted to show you another fun way I colored the mermaid. I used some very different and again very bright colors for the May challenge. And then, thank you, Kim. Yeah, that pixie spray, I forget I have it sometimes. I'm so glad I have it though, and it lasts forever, I think, Patty. This is one where I used the Tranquil Teal, but I did it super soft, and then I went over the top of it with this a glitter paste, just kind of randomly pulled it in there and got a little shimmer. I'm just kind of showing you the difference there. It's kind of fun. And then this one was really fun because I did only glitter paste. And I started with that same bluish colored glitter paste, and I did about half the panel. And then I did the bottom in a green glitter paste. Can you see that? Isn't that fun? It does look like mermaid scales. That's what I thought too, Kimmie. And then I was like, oh, I'm going to mix some of the blue and the green together. So I kind of had, because I had some extra green on my palette knife, so I just swooped it through there, and it really looks great. I love how it turned out. So anyway, this is a really, really fun stencil, not just for mermaids, but for lots of things. Hey, Carrie, my friend Carrie. So anyway, that's what we're doing. And again, see that she'll look pretty on there. She'll also look really pretty on this one. And then I've got the other mermaid to color up as well. So that was enough show and tell. Let's get a play in. You need to tell me, yes, so many options. You need to tell me if you would like to do her as we've got her colored with the bright yellow, bright pink aqua color, or if we want to try, thank you, Patty. If we want to try purple, orange, and aqua on this new one. So anyway, let's get started. I'm going to sit myself down here so I can see what I'm doing. And we're going to start by doing, oh, you know what? I didn't really want to put that down quite yet. I'm going to do something a little different on this one than I did before. So on this one, I just went straight ink to paper first, but I want to put just a tiny bit of color down, and I'm using a 4" by 5 1/4" panel of just white cardstock. Try another one? All right, then I will. Purple, you got it. Purple, orange, aqua is the color of the day, color combo of the day. Do any of you use, like, man, I want to make my color samples using my KKS inks, and then, you know, just get them together so I know what colors I have. But also, it's fun to save favorite combos that you have of color. And so I bought this color wheel recently because I struggle with color combos a lot, and I don't know if anybody else uses that, but I find it to be really helpful. So I'm not going to make this too muddy. I just wanted to add a little bit of color to it. So like this color combo on this gal here was from my color wheel. It matches the triad, I guess you would call it, color. I should have brought my ink pad holder again. I didn't. Oh well. So yes, sounds good, huh, Patty? Okay, so I got to find the sticky side again. That's this side. So I'm going to layer down here, get it on there really good. And then I am going to tape the stencil itself to the paper also. Oops, sorry. It'll stick a little. I didn't spray it like real hard on the outer edges because, you know, sometimes it's a little difficult to get that pixie spray off. So I have found that Mr. Clean wipes work really good for, thank you, Linda. Mr. Clean wipes work really good for getting it off. But just like water and soap, Dawn will do it too if you soak it for a while. It's still worth it, because even if you're just inking it and it stays a little sticky on the back for a while, it's so nice to have. So I'm just gonna make sure that I'm down, and I'm gonna go ahead, maybe I should move this on the other side so I'm not constantly reaching over. Well, either way, I guess I'm kind of reaching over, aren't I? All right, we're gonna go this route. There we go. All right, then we're just gonna start at the top, and we're gonna start heavier. Heavier at the top. You guys got me 2 days in a row. Oh, that would be lovely, Patty. Yes, all ideas for color combos are fantastic, because you know the thing that hangs me up sometimes is color combo or color challenges. My brain just, I don't know, when you put that in front of me and I don't have something to necessarily think about. And I'm just getting lighter as I go toward the bottom, and I want to leave a little bit at the bottom like I did here. Just kind of going softer, right? But I started out heavier at the top. And then I'm gonna peel this up. Ooh, that's pretty. Just slightly different. See how there's just not as much white, but it looks pretty cool, right? Tone on tone, just a little bit more color. Then I'm gonna take this real quick, move off screen for just a sec, and I'm gonna spray it in my box with that shimmer spray. Just get it ready. So hang on for 2 secs, talk amongst yourself. The next thing I'm gonna do, and if you're playing along, maybe this will be a good chance for you to stamp this up, or an image similar to this. I'm gonna put some ink around this white panel, but I'll be right back. Okay, did you miss me? All right, so that's drying off to the side. So now what I'm gonna do is, because I wanted to color match what I was doing, and I did not have any paper that color, plus I just like to ink, right? So I'm gonna give this piece some of the tranquil teal color. For a second there, I was worried I was using the wrong color, but so anyway, I'm not going deeply into the die cut because most of it's going to be covered, but I do want to get a good wash of color. Yeah, shake, shake, shake. I kind of like the sound of that. It's kind of fun. Could you hear that off screen, Patty? So let's see. So I'm just getting some good color of this tranquil teal around this die cut. Again, I don't have to go very far in because most of it's covered. And just, you know, as much or as little as you really feel comfortable with, right? You can see my paper was used yesterday with the new baby layering stencil for my live. That was fun. I'm getting lots of good inky time in these last couple of days, which is pretty fun. And then I'm hoping to have my fast fingers ready for Kim's Doodlebug event. Because, you know, you never can have enough Doodlebug. I've actually got to find a way to display it in a more fun fashion if I'm not going to use it real fast. It's like, I don't know, you know, you know what, you guys, I learned something the other day that I did not know, and this is probably like, you're gonna go, well, Danielle, everybody's known this forever, but I didn't know they referred to pattern paper as an A and a B side, and that it seems, unless my understanding is incorrect based on what I just learned, the A side is generally the more I don't know, patterned or varied or wilder or whatever side, and the B side is the more subtle pattern and maybe more solid combo color to some degree. But I never knew that before. I learned it in a scrapbooking class that I was taking recently. I gotta get a sip of my coffee. I usually drink my coffee black, but this morning I loaded it up with a little bit of cream and sugar. You didn't know that either? Hey, Mary Pat. Oh, good. I'm so glad. Enjoy your coffee and breakfast. Thank you. Yeah, I just had to take a sip of my coffee too. So this is our lovely lady we're going to color up. I also don't usually die cut before I color because it's harder to hang on to, but today we are doing that because I didn't want to have to hop off screen. More coffee. I agree, ladies. I didn't want to have to hop off screen to run into the craft room to die cut, and I didn't want to haul it out here either. So anyway, here we go. Let's see. So I'm using a new sort of interesting combo for skin that I have not used before. I discovered this yesterday, and I'm going to be 100% transparent and tell you that the reason, oh, I'm missing one. The reason that I did is because all of my other markers are dry. My usual skin tone markers are dry, and so I improvised, and even my 50s when I do 50s. So I'm using an E, looks like quadruple 0, E02, E13, and E21. You didn't know that either? Well, I guess it's a real thing. Yeah, get ready for that sale, Kimmie, because we all want you to do that. All right, so this is E13. And I'm going to actually start with her belly and work my way up. So I'm using a very, very thin line of the E13. And then I'm going to grab my E21. Hopefully I've got these in order so I don't grab the wrong one. And I'm going to go over the top of that and extend just a bit more. My E21's getting a little bit dry, so I'm hoping it's going to survive here. And then I'm going to grab my E02, which adds a little tiny bit of a pinky tinge, and go not completely all the way to the edge, but kind of over both of those two layers. And then I'm going to grab my E quadruple 0. You actually filled, you said you were going to do that. Good job, Patty. Good job. I have so much stuff to do in terms of getting ready for this next week for the move, my office move into my house. And I have a lot of like bills and tedious sorts of things that I've put off doing for the last, I don't know how long. Too long, let's just say, that I need to get done today. So I don't think I'm going to be doing any marker maintenance, but I sure need to. Okay, so now I'm going to move to her. She's just got the tiniest bit of chest showing. I'm going to move to her arm. Shoot, I got to turn this a little bit here. You use E02 a lot. Yeah, I just recently started using E02. I hadn't before. I really like that it gives just the tiniest bit of pink. And it's actually I found it to be a really good blush. You know, like I had always been using R20. Or sometimes R11, I think, for a blush on the cheeks. But E02 is like more of a, I think, a little bit natural looking blush. I kind of really like it. I don't know why I haven't used it very much. Okay, her little arms are pretty skinny. She must, it's all that kelp she eats, I guess, right? So I'm just being real delicate and careful about that. Looks like I got a little washed out down here, so I'm just going to add a little bit more shading underneath. There we go. So I just got to be, yes for blush if you want something more subtle. Absolutely. Yes, we do need little helper elves to come do the tedious tasks. Wouldn't that be lovely? Holy moly. That would be lovely. So here I am with my E21 again. And as I said before, I'm just going over the top of it and extending a little bit. Then I'm going to grab my E02, which I don't know why I stuck the lid on so good, but I did. Going to grab that and fill in some more. And I'm just leaving the lightest bit of white. I mean, I don't really need a lot because that E quadruple 0 is very light. And it's going to come in and pretty much blend and wash out the color. You keep asking Santa, but he doesn't listen. Well, Patty, I guess, I don't know. I guess my question to you is, have you really been a good girl? I'm guessing the answer is yes, because you're pretty sweet. Let's see. So then I'm coming in with this E quadruple 0, and that's just, it doesn't immediately lighten, but it does lighten. Then we're going to move on to her neck. Again, I'm just using the tiniest bit of strokes. I'm trying anyway. An ear. Just doing it in pieces because with small lines like this, small spaces, if you try to do one color all the way through, like color the face, the ear, the arm, you know, and then try to go back to it, the color has set pretty quickly. And we are all bad girls. You are right, Kimmie. And then it doesn't blend as well. So I'm just working in smaller, you know, little bits at a time so that I don't have that issue. And then, let's see, it looks like I could color her up just a little bit more. And then I'm going to get the ear and her neck. Isn't she pretty? She's so pretty. And then let's see, what else? Oh, her face. Gotta do her face. Let's see, again, E13. I think I might need to turn her again. There we go. So she's giving him a big old kiss. Smooch, smooch, smooch. Oops, I think her lips got a little bit dark there. Again, just real slow, like usually I'm a real fast colorer, it seems, but I'm coloring her a little slower today because I want to, I don't want to mess up terrible. Let's see, so it looks like her ear could use just a tad more color at the top. So I grabbed, this is the E21. And again, I'm going to go over the E11, or what, E13, sorry. Usually E11 is like my go-to, so it is interesting. E13 is also a really good color for suntans, I think, suntan skin. But she spends most of her time under the sea, so she wouldn't be terribly suntan. I know she pops out of the water every once in a while, but yeah, she wouldn't be terribly suntan. So right now it's looking pretty dark, but I haven't added that last layer of the E000. So I'm going to pull that in, and I'm going over everything. There we go. Oh, she's so pretty. She's so very pretty. Okay. Let's see, and then I'm going to grab this and just add, oh, I think I forgot something. Let's see. I think I forgot this little piece of her chest right there. So I'm just going to I'm going to hit it with E21. Then I'm just going to put a tiny, tiny bit of this E13 down here. Along there, and then I'm going to put a tiny bit more of the E21 over the top of that because I got a little dark, but I did want a little bit more definition at the dark part. So there we go. I think we got it. Gonna make her belly button a little darker. Ta-da! Okay, so now I'm going to let that sit for a bit, and then I'll probably put a little bit more of the EO2 in terms of blush on there. Next thing would be to color her tail, and we said we wanted to do purple, aqua, and orange. So I'm going to give her orange hair. I'm going to give her a purple outfit. so let's see. I was messing around with the the V0406, and I just didn't really quite like that level of purple. So I snatched up 12, 15, and 17 to use. Yeah, right. Watercoloring would be perfect for that because you don't have to feel like it has to be so perfect, right? All right, so I'm going to start with her top. I usually color dark to light, but since this is a tiny little piece, I'm starting light and going darker. So that was 12. This is 15. And I'm going over the top of it. And then I'm going to come back in again with 12. And then I'm going to add 17. Yes, that's right, you can. I really want to play more and learn more about watercoloring. The thing that I've found is, for me, it's hard because I'm so impatient about the drying time. Like with Copics, you layer pretty quick, right? But with watercolors, you have to let them sit a little bit before you move to the next color, or otherwise you just end up with mud, which is what usually happens to me. So now I'm coming back in and I'm pulling back in. So I did the last darkest bit with the 17. Now I'm pulling back in a little bit of the 15. And then I'm going to finish up with the 12. I agree. I said I put the bug in her ear, Miss Kimmie. I said when I come this fall, maybe I just am going to plan to learn how to watercolor. Maybe a little scrapbooking, because it's so hard to pack stuff for sure. And Melanie's such a patient, wonderful teacher, but I don't want to I don't know, somebody like me who's kind of an idiot at that might really test her patience more than she wants. But, we all can learn something new all the time. All right, so there's her top. Now we're going to start with her tail. Now this is bigger, so I'm feeling pretty confident that I can start with my darker color. And so I'm going to start in, this is again my V17. And I'm going to give it a pretty good width here. And then I'm going to add, oh, you're so sweet. Thank you. Me too, Carrie, me too. Like, I don't want the year to go by too fast, but honestly, I just honestly cannot wait. So here is V15, the best time of the year is when I spend it with my wonderful friends. Well, and Henny. Always Henry, of course, but for me time, it's definitely got to be my girls, my crafty girls, my crafty girlfriends. So this is V15. And then I'm going to come in with, oh, Patty, you're so sweet. Thank you. Thank you, Carrie. You guys are wonderful. You are so wonderful. I love you all. Okay, so this is V12. And I'm just coming in over the top of what I've done a little bit so that I can blend a bit. Oh, I like this color. It's so pretty. Let it set for just a sec or two because it is quite a bit lighter. And then I'm just going to come back in again with, oops, that's 15. I want 17. 17 around the bottom again. So swooping in now that I've got a little bit more color saturation. Coming in so that I can blend again with the 15. And this time I'm gonna like emphasize her scales a little bit. Okay, that was 17. Ooh, thank you. Thank you, Patty. It's like a nice blend, isn't it? And then I'm coming back in with 15. I'm not going to go completely over my line because I do want it to be a little darker. Filling in a little bit more. And then I'm going to come in lastly with the 12 again. Ooh, this is really, I really am loving this blend. It's so pretty. I think it's going to look really pretty on our background too, don't you think? I do. I do. I'll answer for myself, I guess. All right, so let's do the aqua next. And I picked a combo of, because I felt like this color most closely resembled our tranquil teal. So I've got a BG, what the heck have I got? I've got a BG 45 and a BG 53 that I'm using. I'm going to start on the tail with the BG 45 because it's a little darker. Try really hard not to go outside the lines, but I did find my colorless blender. I did at least organize my markers that were just in a big old dump the last couple of times. I did finally get them back in their proper spots by color families so I could find stuff, and I miraculously found my colorless blender. It's just amazing how that happens. Okay, so that's the BG 45. Now I'm going to add 53. Ooh, I love this color combo. Thanks for suggesting purple, you guys. I love it. Her orange hair is going to be really pretty too. So I'm just swooping back in some of that color. I am going to do 2 levels, I think, of that. We could do the star in her hair. So I'm going to do, and I'm just going to, it's smaller, so I'm just going to do this one in the darker aqua, which is the BG 45. And I'm just going to add a tone on tone shade. Whoops, hang on, there goes a marker. Marker's flying. So back to BG 45. We had the most lovely, I don't love rain necessarily, but last night, I don't know, it was early morning. It was raining really hard, and I woke up to the sound of it, and it was just really a lovely sound, and everything, it stopped by the time I got to bed at a little after 7. Everything was so fresh and pretty this morning. There was such a pretty dew on everything. I mean, it's just really a really renewing, lovely, really lovely rain. I like when it rains when I'm sleeping, or at night when I can just, on a warm night where you can just kind of sit outside and watch it rain, hear it rain. So that's it for the tail. I don't think I need to put a lot more on there. I'm going to come back up to the star in her hair and just add a little bit of shading on this side, on the back side. That's it. I might do one more later, so I'm going to keep it close. All right. Next up would be, let's do the little, I don't know if it's a porpoise or a dolphin or a little baby whale. Not exactly sure what it is, but that's what we're doing next. And that would be, I chose a BG 70 and 72 combo because I didn't want to make it gray. So I'm going to start with the lighter color, and I'm going to color everything with the lighter color first. Okay, not being super careful about it. Oh, I think that's right. Yeah, I think a little baby dolphin. Is a dolphin and a porpoise the same thing? We do need rain. We absolutely need rain. There is no doubt about that for sure. And I'd take rain over snow any day, except for rain and mud and puppy paws is not truthfully my favorite combo, but you know. Let's see here. So now I am just bringing in some of this BG 72 and adding that. Trying not to color her finger. I did that the other day. Then I'm going to come back in and add some more of the 70. Because I don't want a harsh line. And I may add a bit more of the 72 in this middle part here. We'll see. Yeah, it looks like I could use a little bit more. So I'm going to come in here again. By laying down that much lighter color, it creates such a nice saturation blend, really. Okay, one more time, and I think we're done with this sweet pea. Yeah, much slower coloring today. Okay, I think we got it. Keep missing, there we go. I kept missing the little tiny bit of the tail down there. There we go. Oh, so cute. So cute. All right, we are now at the point that we get to color her hair. But before we do that, I want to give her some blue eyeshadow. I loved how Patty did that on her, that image she colored recently. I think it was from The Dog's Life. So I'm just gonna give her a little tiny bit of blue eyeshadow because mermaids love aqua eyeshadow. There we go. And let's see, where did I put my EO2? Give her a tiny bit of, thank you, Mary Pat. I'm gonna give her a little bit of blush by just touching in some of this EO2, which is already part of her skin tone. Oh gosh, she's cute. Oh my goodness, she's cute. I kind of want to give her a little bit of pink on her lips too. Ha, why not? All right. Oh, she's so pretty. Okay, now we're gonna do her hair, and we are gonna do it with, I chose YR09. I hope this isn't too dark of an orange. YR07 and YR04. So let's see. I'm gonna start with the 7, pull in the 4. I love doing straight hair. Like, I love the swooping motion of the long lines. She's got a little bit there by her ear. I really love, I just find long straight hair the funnest to color. So that's our first layer, and then I'm going to add the YR04. Gotta get the right end. I did it. And I'm just going to pull in the rest of that. Going to kind of go over where we were a little bit, but not completely, because I do want it to stay darker at the end. Again, it's fun with straight hair because you just make lines, basically flicking. You're just flicking along, making some pretty lines. Oh, that's so pretty. I love her. I love her orange hair. Okay, now I'm going to take this YR09, and I'm hoping I can do this, just the tiniest bit of the dark at the very bottom. Just for a little more contrast. Tiny, tiny bit, not a lot. Just a little. Oh, she's gorgeous. Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. And then I'm going to take the 7 again and just add a little bit more flicking in. Oh goodness, isn't she pretty, you guys? Oh my goodness, I love her. Okay, so I do want to just put just one more little bit of shading on the star in the corner. And then I think what I did, well, I know what I did on the other card, and I'm going to do it on this one too, is I'm just going to bring in a little bit of color, just a little. I'm going to start off and bring in some color, some of this aqua. Ooh, I must have a hair on there. Yep. I'm going to just bring in a little, like I still want the white to show because there's some white on the card at the bottom. but I just also want to kind of bring in a little bit of that sea feel, if you will. So I'm also going to do, after I do this, I like to come in and go around the edges straight on the ink pad, just to give it a little bit more definition around the edges. But this is just about me bringing in a little bit more of a feel. So it's not like she's completely floating on a big white circle, right? I really couldn't quite figure out how to do shading for her necessarily, unless I put like a shadow behind her. But then I thought, you know, I'm just not going to think that hard about it. Like if I add a little bit of the color, it's going to feel a bit like the sea, right? And leave some white in the very middle. Oh, that's so pretty. Okay, then I'm going to take this and I'm just going to roll it, roll it, roll it. Maybe. I might have to pick it up. Okay, so I like to do this where I just take it around the ink pad. The big ink pads are so much easier for me to do than the little ones when it comes to this, the ink cubes. A little more control. Have to kind of hang onto your paper so it doesn't flex when you're going around. And if that happens though, and that happens to me quite often actually, because I just grip things so hard, you could end up with, it'll flex and then you'll end up with a line or something. Somehow I got a little fingerprint in there, but I'm not going to worry about it. Okay, so there's that piece. I'm just going to set it aside. I'm going to wipe my fingers on my pants so I don't get a bunch more. Then let's see if our panel is dry. Yeah, it's dry. Ooh, that's pretty. Didn't get it quite as much as I thought at the top. I might have to zap it again later. Can you see that at all? It's quite pretty. A little bit of shimmer. So I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to just drag my ink pad along it. Just so that it gives it a little bit more definition. Oops, see, I got a bit of a flex there, but it'll be okay. There, just again, kind of a technique of adding. Yes, so pretty, thank you. That's exactly why I get both sides. Oh yeah, yes, Mary Pat. Okay, so let's see. I need to stamp the sentiment, and on my original card, I put, "We mermaid to be friends." We could do "Hope your day is a splash" for this one. We could do "Roll with the waves," but that's kind of small. Let's do "Hope your day is a splash." What do you think? Should we do that one? Let's see. Do we have enough room for that one? This is where we're going with this. Deeps. Oh, how cute is that? She's so pretty. Yeah, we can do that. Hope your day is a splash. So I'm going to grab my Misty. I pretty much default always lately to my Misty for stamping sentiments. And I'm just going to kind of leave her there for a sec. I'm just going to do this, I think, off screen real quick because it's easier, but maybe not. I leave, oh, my magnets snapped. I'm going to leave that in there for a sec so I know where my sentiment is going to go. Then I'll move her out of there. Can you see that? There you go. We could add shimmer to the star or to her scales too, like with a glitter pen or a glimmer pen. My sentiment is crooked, which would be pretty. I think it'd be pretty to put some glitter on the star and on her fins. Yeah, I have read your comment earlier incorrectly, Mary Pat, but yeah, I thought you read said sides, and I was like, oh, okay, yeah, I get it. Use both sides of the paper, but sizes of the ink pads, exactly. I think there's only 2 colors of Kimmie's that I only have in the ink pad. The rest are all in both. I have both sizes. So, okay, so I have my sentiment together. And that is so pretty. I really love that. I like just the very subtle difference of it. So let's go ahead. I'm going to put this on the card base so that I have that done. And then I'm going to put her on there. Where's my glue? I never did get out and pull weeds yesterday, so I'm very thankful that it's very gloomy and kind of cold out there today. So I'm using that excuse to not pull weeds today. And but I do have to go out to the grocery store. Bleh. And I'm gonna get some of my new release stuff for next month in July caught up a little bit. And I need to do some book work. Blech. Okay, so now I'm going to pop her up. I did grab with some foam tape, really thin foam tape. Oops, darn it. The wrong direction. There we go. And this one should fit just perfectly if I did it right. Maybe, maybe not. There we go. So, because it's an oval, I didn't want to just put a piece of foam tape in the middle and have it, yeah, yuck is right. I have like bills to pay. We have to replace our roof, and so I got to look at that estimate, figure out financing. We also need to replace our fence, so I did get a bid on that. So again, it's like got to get information together because I think we're going to do a home improvement loan to get those big things done, and then I'm trying to decide if I can maybe squish a little bit more in and replace my spaceship light in my kitchen and some tile in the bathroom, and yeah, that sort of stuff. Not fun. Not fun, not fun. Okay, so I'm just gonna center her on this oval as closely as I can. I think I'm pretty good. I put a little glue tape on, or glue on the bottom so I could squish it around if I needed to. Now I'm gonna add her to the card. Let's see, I'm going to offset her just a teeny tiny bit so that she comes off of the edge just a bit, not a ton. Oh my goodness, oh I forgot to grab, I was going to put some shiny little gems up here, so I'm going to do that later, but we need to clogged pipe, yuck, Mary Pat, I'm sorry. Like home repair stuff, and when appliances crap out is just the pits. Okay. All right, and then so I hadn't finished this one, so I'm just gonna go ahead and finish her now. And then we're gonna have 2 beautiful, slightly different cards using this fantastic Mermaid Friends stamp set. And here we go, Mermaid Friends stamp set, which is so lovely. And then the Mermaid Scale stencil, which you can do so much with. This would be really pretty with lunar paste too. Not glitter, but lunar. That'd be so gorgeous. Thank you, Kim. So thank you very much for joining me today. I love to have friends come craft with me. I hope you'll make something with these products. And if you don't have them, go grab them in the shop, since Kim has so kindly put them on sale for 40%, I think 40% off, or just on sale, I guess maybe I shouldn't say that. On sale for you so that you can grab them. And thank you so much again. Have a wonderful, wonderful crafty day. See you soon. Bye. You are so welcome, Kimmie. Love you. Bye.